What's up, crypto and spiritual family? This is Ocean Starship with another video. Hope you're having a blessed day. First, I want to say nothing in this video is financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. But we're going to get into the jackpot today, fam. We're going to get into the inheritance. We're going to get into the coming events. Because this world is changing, fam. And what you're about to realize is most of the things you've believed your whole life were just to deceive you. You are going to see just how real things are about to get. And you are going to see exactly who rules this world. You may think that evil is ruling this world. But I'm going to tell you, evil and the evildoers know their time is up. And they know just who came back. But before I get started, if you would like to show support to this channel, these are the ways you can show your support, fam. All support is appreciated. Because definitely, YouTube is not letting me prosper the way I should be. But I thank the Most High for some of you in the community that have been holding me down. You're greatly appreciated. Now let's talk about Purple, Nasara, and Jasara. That's what came to my spirit. And what it led to was Heart Treasure, K, God. You see Trump arrest. The Queen's Rangers, a rise of the Phoenix. Notice Believer with the 468, right? And we know 468 is on Alcor and many other things. Remember that number throughout this video. Also, you see Decode, my brother. Richest Europeans, and I got my head being the game. And when you take that 9 and flip it to a 6 by Decode, my brother, you get 660, which is Starship. You see what I'm saying, fam? The power of these numbers? How you can talk to the universe, your ancestors, your higher self, the Most High. What about Iranian mothership? The holy and great one with the 924. 3 more numbers we keep seeing, right? The 5th of November. The Lord returns. I will rescue you when shit hit the fan. You can't put it more clearer than that, fam. The Most High returns and says, I will rescue you when shit hits the fan. Because shit is going to hit the fan. Believe that. Also, you see Q suddenly appears. And let me tell you something about Q. You may not know. But did you know the ship known as Nibiru is shaped like a Q? You see final level 588, which is proton. Soul family, I got you, babe. See, the deed is in my hand, God. Quantify and the treasure map, God. And Quantify, that is another coin that I have on Stellar, and you can also buy that stock on the traditional stock exchange. Quantify. You see smart money in August and December. NY blackout. C is righteous choice. There's that 1332 again. And we know what that term led to, and it's going to come up in my next video again. Also, you see directional keys. But that 1332, right? It basically says a certain country is going to delete a certain person. Right? And you know who I'm talking about and what I'm talking about if you saw that video. But I'm going to remind you in the next video. Because here it says, God blesses the faithful. Lotto, big energy. Right? Yahusha clone with the 792, which is Anchor Wallet. Honest partnership. October 10th, Pope. You see that word, right? And the legendary gods. And I'm going to tell you that number 1332, when you see Pope right there, that's who it's talking about. But it's not talking about the Pope that you think it's talking about. Also, you see nuclear, that word, at football game. Remember the term we kept seeing, get rich off football? I'm going to show you what that means later in this video. But you also see global payments. I'm Dunkin' Donuts. My money where is, we are winning bigly and buying Dogecoin. Right? Notice the 366 at the end of those two terms toward the bottom. I'm going to show you what that is also. But remember, it says something about Europeans, rich Europeans, right? Notice the 684. We see that number a lot also in many different ways. But let's see what rich Europeans stood for. Because Europeans is passport. I'll be the one inheriting. Trump card with the 558, which is metal pay. World war. New money. Sovereign. And China, Russia. Which basically is BRICS. And notice new money, 1470. 470 is proton. Proton. New money. The passport. Also, you see private bank and the standard. I mean, we can't put it any more clearer than this, fam. The standard. Private bank. So if this is the private bank, what is the public bank? Now let's talk about YASHUA, right? We saw the term YASHUA clone. And notice the 498, which is you flip the 9 to a 6, 468, which is on L-Core. And I'm Anchor also. Also 498 is Nexus. But YASHUA clone says winner, money, Bible wheel, and football. Now do you see why football came up? Now do you see why I said get rich off football in my previous decodes with the 249, which is 294 also, which is L-Core, right? But we got to find out what the other term meant, right? Because it said this word is what's going to happen at the football game, right? That's what it said. But notice the 636. Flip the 6 to a 9, you get 936. But 636 is also L-Core channel. But what is 936? But before we get into the 936, let me show you some of the terms from 636. Divine Plan. Buy XRP. October TH. Billionaire. Tennessee, which is 380, which is proton, and inheritance, right? And you saw it said in this video, I am the one who inherits. Does it make sense? Well, let me make it more clearer. Because I told you to remember 366 earlier, right? Well, 366 is S loan, Sloan, staked loan. Nara announced. Now you see why that came to my spirit when I decoded that term. What about loan token? That is 642. The bridge, 468. I'm Anchor, 486. Do you see it, fam? What about create Anchorlink, 942? Pro XPR, 642. Sloan, S Loan Bella, 588 and 249. Goldback Banks, 249, which is also 294 L-Core. Pussy, you see it, 1294. XPR Network, 984, which is basically the 6 flipped. And Eating Pussy, 936. What about Ripple the Bull, 589, 936. XPR Proton, 936. Loan Protocol 936. You see, they can't let my channel take off with me giving this type of information, fam, because it's you can't deny it. I reached out to YouTube and I told them, I say, I know y'all got me shadow banned. They say, no, we don't shadow ban. Well, tell me, how can a video with 250 views and 61 likes not continue to grow? Yeah, I know why. Because you don't want people to get this information. Starship out.